So first up today, this morning, will be kind of some back end things with my current listing, and then I have to schedule some showings for later today, confirm them, send the information over to my client, check in on another client's application process, and so we are about to get to it. All right, so I am about to go ahead and start my dialing session. It is a little later than I would typically start a dialing session, but today my focus is going to be on kind of those retail referred leads. So my contact rate is a little higher with those leads. So let me go ahead and get that set up. I use the MOJO dialer. I actually also use it as somewhat of a CRM as well. So that's what I'm logging into right now. And then I'll go ahead and get started. And what I do when I'm dialing this list, so there's two options in MOJO. You can either do the power dialer, which I do use and do the power dialer, but only when I am doing those cold calls, like when I call my expired list. For the refer to agent list that I'll be dialing, I actually use the feature called click to call, so that I can go through, see if anything has sold, read the notes. It just gives me a little bit more time in between the calls in order to get it done. To dial the number now.
Touchstone phone. Please enter your PIN number. Your PIN number can be found in the dialing box on your screen. You are now logged into the MOJO dialer. Please press the start button on your screen to begin.
So first thing that I do is I grab the address and I actually put it into Zillow just to see if it has recently sold. Now these are all people that someone on my team has had a conversation with them already, and either their price point or their motivation wasn't there for our investing side of the business, and they were open to having a conversation with an agent. And so after reading the notes and kind of getting familiar with their first initial conversation, I'm calling them to kind of follow up on that in order to go through the next steps. So this first one, I am seeing has not sold. I'm going to go down to the price history. Okay, so nothing recent. The last activity was back in 2014. So this tells me that this is a lead that is either still open to selling or, would be open to a conversation. So another thing that I do is I look at the Zestimate just to kind of, give me a gauge as to whether the seller is, unrealistic or not. I look at the notes, the Zillow Zestimate, and then I actually will pull up anything that's active, pending, or closed around the property, because if they're a savvy seller, they kind of know what's going on in their neighborhood and around them. And so I like to be able to get a feel for, again, the price points and the market, what's going on around their area. So this is yet another reason why the click to call is helpful on these follow-up calls. It just gives me a little bit of a leg up in terms of information that I have going into the call. So this one, the note said that she was firm on $400,000. There's some active properties and comps that are around $314. There's one at $550. That might not be a comp. It looks kind of log cabiny. So again, it just gives me a feel of if the seller is being unrealistic or not. And then obviously I, pan down to what has closed nearby. I like to keep it within a 1 mile radius, but depending on exactly where it is, I may have to go out a little bit more, or I may have to bring the radius in a little bit. And so, yeah, just gathering up some of that background information. Decent amount of upgrades inside, but not fully redone. So this should make for a good conversation if the seller picks up.
Number 40.
Okay, so she didn't pick up, and so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next record. Again, grabbing that address, popping it into Zillow. It's not currently active. First thing I look for, and then I go down to the price history. It was last sold in 2013, so this again may be a seller that is open. Reading over my notes, good condition, built in 2013, haven't done any upgrades. Let's see, all floors are even. I'm not sure what that can mean. And they do not want less than 500K. Okay, in Jonesboro. All right, so I'm not doing any judgment beforehand. I don't go in and emphatically say they cannot get the price point that they want. I am just doing research at the moment. Let's see, this one says that it is a 4.2, 3,260 square feet. Okay, looking at the comps, right? So there's two actives for the same price point. All right, there's a 4.2 for 440, but it's been on the market for 142 days. So I need to reach out and have a conversation. Hi, good afternoon, Simeon.
Who's calling?
Hey, this is Venessa. Actually, you haven't spoke to me yet. You spoke to my partner Joyce a little bit ago about your home on Raven Way. Just seeing if you were still interested in receiving an offer on it.
No, I'm not.
Not interested. Okay, totally understand.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'll talk to you later.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Okay, so what I do with calls that go like that is I'll go ahead and type in the notes. I'll type in the notes that the seller was not interested. And, once I kind of warm myself up, sometimes I don't even worry about the rejection, and I'll kind of keep asking questions. I kind of get a feel from the seller on if they seem like they're open to having more of a conversation. This seller just kind of seemed like he was, to the point, no, not interested. And so I'll just move on to the next one. Also, this lead was from 2 years ago. So life happenings, he just may not be in a position where he's open to having a conversation, and that's okay. So on to the next one. I actually spoke to my partner Angelique a while ago about your home on Country Lake Drive. I was calling back to see.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, no problem. I was calling to see if anything had changed regarding your move back to Orlando.
I moved back to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
I've never lived in Orlando.
Okay, I could possibly have the wrong number.
I've never had a home in Orlando.
No, not in
Orlando.
not a home in Orlando. I'm sorry if I didn't clarify.
I moved to Orlando. I hadn't thought about it.
well, are you thinking about it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Did I put a bug in your ear to think about it?
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was saying, did I give you any ideas?
Any ideas for what, honey?
For moving. Are you open to moving?
For moving?
Yes.
Moving from where?
Do you live on Country Lake Drive?
You got the wrong person, I guess.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, well, I think I did.
Yeah, I've been living here 30 years. I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Very nice. Well, hey, I completely understand, and I apologize for the confusion.
I don't know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who Venessa is.
Yeah, we haven't spoke yet. You spoke to my partner, Angelique.
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Well,
Was it
no,
last year?
yeah, I think so. I think it was.
Last year.
Yeah, I think so.
Good God. You just not getting back to me from last year?
No. She's no longer on our team.
Wow.
Yeah, she's no longer on our team.
Oh,
so
wow.
going back through all her notes, and I was like, woo, it's been a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where Orlando came from.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's all said and done. Over a year ago.
Okay, you.
You know,
Yeah, no
I
problem.
might as well throw those notes away. Ain't no good.
I know. I sure will. I sure will update it.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I ain't even there no more.
Okay, understood. Alrighty, so that one went fine. I was just looking at outdated, notes and information. Thought I had the wrong number at first, but seems like I did not have the wrong number, and looks like seller has moved on here. So I'll just put a note, post it, move on. All right, now this person, I believe I have spoke to this person. Right, so I am popping it in. Okay, so this one, as soon as I put it in, it says it has closed. So I'm just gonna go down to the price history. Okay, closed in 2023. And my notes are prior to that. So this one should be out of this group. And we're gonna go to the next record. So what I'll do is I'll hop back on when I'm engaged in a conversation so that you can hear kind of how that goes. But you know what? A lot of the times it goes like this, where it's just kind of on to the next one, just trying to find that person that has that motivation enough to have a conversation, discuss their real estate needs, and see if I'm able to, offer any resources or assistance.